Good morning. Are you one of those people who has stopped answering their phone because you get so many, um, you know, illegitimate calls? Well, unfortunately, that's where I am right now. I'm kind of at a point where um, I'm just like responding to texts, and phone calls kind of give me anxiety. And what I find kind of fascinating is that even the common numbers that I'm used to getting numbers from, like these phone numbers that are calling me are so close to them. And I have answered them because they seemed like they were calling from a place that I knew. And it's not them. So, like, I feel like I'm even more scarred by this whole robocall technology. And I guess what they can't figure out is that, you know, those calls aren't really that effective. I mean, who actually, well, there must be people who are responding to them. I don't know, maybe bored people at home, or I'm not sure who's responding. Who's encouraging that kind of behavior? That's what I'm curious about. Anyway, today, December 19th, one day after my birthday, and it was a very good birthday. I have to say that I have it good on this planet. I went to dinner with the family, and one of my son's friends came to dinner with us, and we were just had some Thai food, and the food was really good. And my girlfriend treated me, or us, all of us, to the dinner, and she didn't. She just made it very pleasant, and then so I was very thankful for that. And I think that it's important to be grateful because I guess it's important to be grateful because, in a way, the structure of the universe is dangerous. It's natural, and when you find someone in your life that gives you structure and this wildness and this beautiful structure, it's like, for me, my structure is my beautiful girlfriend who has given me patterns to follow, a space in the universe. Here we got together and we had these cute little kids. And even though we're like these independent spirits, in the universe, and we're flowing through the universe, I really feel like you build your structure in your universe, and even when you don't necessarily get along with someone 100% of the time, or maybe you have disagreements, the time that you've spent together, the time you've spent loving each other and kind of growing up together in a way, mentally, and I guess you just don't leave people like that at certain times, and then they don't leave you, and you don't leave them, because you're kind of like spiritual families. And I guess what I'm grateful for is that I know my spirit is kind of, I don't know, I guess, I don't want to say untamable, but it's a wild and creative spirit. And because of that, my balance is my structure, and my girlfriend gives me that structure. My kids, they're my kids, but they're also like my best friends. And obviously the time that I spend with them is so funny to me, and it's so amusing, and the way I get to discover their personalities and their temperaments and for their awareness of the world. And Like I have a son who daydreams, and I have to say, hey, look, we're on this street now. This is where the donut shop is. I try to bring him from his inner world to the outside world, because I had a deep inner world with very little awareness of the outside world, which I think was nice because I moved so much. It was kind of like a maybe it was like a coping mechanism to kind of help me deal with all those changes. But I feel like I was naturally that way anyway. And with my other son, he's kind of like the opposite. He has like this external awareness of the world, and he sees things, notices things, where things are left. He can find almost anything. And I wasn't really like that. And he's just very perceptive of the physical world. But at the same time, he also has like this deep, kind of mysterious inner spirituality. Right now, since he was a baby, he's had a temper. I remember I used to turn off the hot water in the bathtub, or the water in the bathtub, and he gets so mad. He was like 7 months old, and he wanted to turn it off. And he was angry at me at 7 months old that I even touched the water. And I remember that because it shows me that he was wired the way he is. And I don't know, maybe it's like a genetic sort of transmutation to his sort of manifestation as a human being. And that is his personality. And that personality, I think, is experiencing that because he has like a destiny, and he has to learn how to tame his passion. And when he meets angry people in the future, he's going to understand them. Because and what I'm doing as a father is I'm trying to cure him from his anger. But ultimately, he'll always remember what it was like to be that impatient. And he won't lack empathy for those who anger quickly. The thing is you as a parent, you're like always overwhelmed by how much you love your kids. And it teaches you how to love other people, other kids, and other people's kids, because you realize how deep that love is, and how we should be like very community oriented when dealing with other people's kids. And they may have been raised differently, and they may have different ideas about the world because it's sort of the environment that the parents created. But anyway, December 19th, 2019, beautiful day here in Southern California.